Welcome to the show. Sorry, that was a little bit rougher than it needed to be. Um, in case you're wondering, that was the best 10 bell salute I could give the man. Unfortunately, we lost superstar Billy Graham during the show tonight, AEW Dynamite. So, rest in peace to Billy Graham. Thoughts and condolences go out to all of his family that is still with us. But now I must continue on with the show, AEW Dynamite. Because it is boom, the recap, baby. It's looking good, babe. Thank you very much, babe. It is you who is looking good, though. So tonight, very good episode. Very, very, very good episode. There was high energy, and I love me some high energy. A lot of stuff. Double or Nothing is very close, and we're like, yo, what's happening in Double or Nothing? We got a lot of answers tonight, so it was like, good deal. I'm excited about that. Very, very, very excited about Double or Nothing after tonight. And I'll try and run down all the matches off the top of my head while I can. If I miss a few, I apologize. We got Cameron in the chat. What up, Cameron? What up, Cameron? We got Courtney. Sup. So, show starts off. And I'm not going to lie. When this happened, I was like, oh, man, this episode is not going to be so good. Because Wardlow came out and he was out there to call out Christian. And I was like, this is not how we start off Dynamites, man. He comes out and he calls out Christian. Christian comes out with Luchasaurus. He dares him to spit in his face. Christian starts running him down. You could see him kind of like hawking one up. And then he went to go spit in Wardlow's face. Wardlow grabs him by the throat. Says, not today, son. Luchasaurus jumps Wardlow. Wardlow starts fighting him. Takes out Christian. Then he goes back to Wardlow. Starts taking him out. But then Christian, low blow. They get the upper hand. Luchasaurus, they get a ladder of all things from under the ring. That was different. I like it though. Christian hits Wardlow in the head with it, and then they choke slam him. They put it up in the corner like this, so it's like that. Not wedge, lean it on the corner turnbuckle. If you played 2K23, you know what I'm talking about. They lean, and they choke slam Wardlow through the ladder. Then they bring the ladder into the middle of the ring. They straighten it up, and Christian hits the unprettier kill switch, whatever we're going to call it, to Wardlow on the ladder, and then holds the title for a second before putting it back down Wardlow, and that's the segment. So Christian and Luchasaurus saved the segment because, again, I was not hype about a Wardlow opening segment to AEW Dynamite. That is not how we get hype on Wednesday nights. But they saved it, so that was all good. That segment's over with, and then we get into the ring stuff, and it obviously starts off with none other than Orange Cassidy. I got excited that who's he fighting? Is he fighting Kyle Fletcher this week? No. Then out comes Darby Allin. I said, that's a weird match to have, but then they're in a tag team, and they're taking on Lee Moriarty and Big Bill, and I'm like, yo, why is this a thing? So if you're in the comments right now and you know any kind of story as to why Orange Cassidy and Darby Allin are teaming up, please tell me. I'm wanting to know because it doesn't make sense. With that said, I love me some Darby Allin. I love me some Orange Cassidy. So I ain't mad at it. I ain't mad at it at all because literally two of probably my favorite in AEW right now teaming up. So what was that about? Sorry, my phone is not on silent. I thought it was on silent. There we go. Now it is. So, what was that? Yeah, Darby Allin is a beast. Orange Cassidy is a beast. I'm not mad. And I love Lee Moriarty as too. See, you don't even know it either. So I've yet to get an answer. So it seems like they just paired them together. It's weird timing to be pairing the international champion and a guy who is going for the world title against MJF. Just say that's weird timing to do that. I'm not saying I'm mad at the pairing. I think they could do a lot of cool things. It's just weird timing. But they took on Lee Moriarty and Big Bill. Obviously, those are two guys who they have ties to MJF. I'm not sure that would be a thing anymore. I thought I don't know. I thought MJF turned on them dudes. I don't know. Anyway, so the match, it was a good, fun match. Big Bill does his thing. Orange Cassidy does his. Everybody involved did their thing. I really can't wait for Lee Moriarty to get his breakthrough because dude is so good. He's special. He's so special. He just needs to get that something, that it factor to get him to go to the next level. But in the end, Darby Allin decided to hit him with the headlock takeover. 1, 2, 3, a la MJF did him back. I can't remember the show, but back then when MJF beat him and he said he could do it, that nice little tie into that. When MJF did to him, obviously hit him with the ring first, but Darby Allin didn't need a ring to do that. He hit the coffin drop and then did it. So after that, we got the BCC. Young Bucks were walking through the parking lot with their bags. BCC comes up behind them. The Young Bucks like, we don't want to do this tonight. They throw their bags. Brawl starts. BCC destroys the Young Bucks. Thank you. You know that's a good night for Jimmy Bebe when I see some stuff like that happening. So that's how that happened, and that was the segment. No, Mox. I love this line. Mox, he got right into the camera and says, we are the elite. We're the only elite in this whole company. That was a hard-ass line. I didn't deliver it nearly as cool as old John Moxley did, but yeah, it was a very, very, very hard ass line, and they beat the Bucks down so bad. Thank you. I tried to not hate on the Bucks. I really did. I gave it, I think, 3 months. I made it 3 months this year, and I was done with it. I can't stand them. I just can't stand them. I'm sorry. I really, really, really tried. John Moxley. John Moxley looks way more badass when he's actually wearing something. He should just keep the shirt on all the time because he looks like a badass. His arms look bigger and everything. He looks like a badass. After that, we go to a Wardlow interview. He's being checked in by the doctors. Arn Anderson comes out and says, you should have been out there. And he goes, I didn't want you out there because I knew it was going to be bad. And I was like, this is silly. Don't be doing this stuff. They're killing Wardlow with every decision they make. Since the man got over hot, every decision they've made since has been so bad for him. But he then challenges. He says, you have to play with ladders, Christian. Then I challenge you at Double or Nothing. Ladder match for the TNT title. Christian, Wardlow, ladder match, Double or Nothing. I'm okay with that one. Oh, boy. If the question is, did he bleed tonight? The answer is no. That's probably not the question, but I'll answer that one anyway. But so yeah, that's a match for Double or Nothing. That's a match announcement number 1 for tonight. Good match to be added to the show, so that's all good. After that, we go to Orange Cassidy. He's being interviewed by Renee, and he says he just has an open challenge to anybody at Double or Nothing because it's just what he does. He just wrestles and he fights people. So open challenge, let me know. Walks off. Sammy Guevara versus Exodus Prime, enhancement talent from around the area. They gave him a nod, told us where you could see him wrestle and where he come out of and everything. So that was very cool information to be given for a guy that's coming in there to just get his butt kicked. At least now people in the area can be like, oh, well, that's the guy I saw on AEW. I'll go see him again. It helps him out. So that's cool. I don't see it happening. I wouldn't be mad at it, but I don't see it happening. But Sammy Guevara, 2 hits, Exodus Prime, 1, 2, 3, he beats him. Then he cuts a promo afterwards, basically talking about nobody expected me to be here. I've made some mistakes, but now at Double or Nothing, I'm gonna get what I came for. And it was probably the best promo he's done. And since it was I guess he's from Texas, the crowd was a little bit behind him. Still dead. They're still so dead. Sammy needs to go. We gotta miss him. Okay, we gotta miss him. 6 months. Bye, Sammy. Come back. I love you, but you gotta go, man, because nobody cares. Unfortunately, that sucks. But that won't be the last we see Sammy tonight either. Next up, we get a Shivani interview. He's interviewing Jeff Jarrett, Jay Lethal, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh. Boom! I got all 4 of them tonight. That's never happened before. But before they can even get down there, FTR attacks him. The big brawl starts. Dax is ripping Jay Lethal's pants off for whatever reason. Dax or Cash is over there just beating down on Jeff Jarrett. It ends up in the ring. I think they threw Jay Lethal over a table. Jeff Jarrett's in there and he's stumbling. They're getting ready to hit the big rig, but Karen Jarrett comes from out of nowhere and low blows old Cash. Dax turns around and goes, what's going on? And then Jarrett grabs him, boom, hits him with the stroke. And then Sanjay Dutt comes in. They have guitars with Dax's and Cash's name on it. Love it. Satnam Singh comes in. He rips his shirt off. He's pissed and he double choke slams them. And as they're getting up, Jarrett and Lethal both hit Cash and Dax with 2 guitar shots at the same dang time. It was awesome. I will say they screwed it up because the guitars had Dax and Cash's name on it, and then the Dax guitar hit Cash, and the Cash guitar hit Dax, and I was like, no. And Jarrett even saw it, and he didn't do anything about it. So shame on you, Double J. That's JEFFJRRETT. Shame on you. You should have seen that and fixed it. But it ain't the worst thing in the world. That was weird. Very cool segment. The brawl went a little too long, but the end was very cool, very fun. So I ain't even mad. I ain't tripping. Jeff Jarrett's gonna be a champion in 2023. Heard it from me. Put the dang titles on Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. Please. They robbed him of it when they were at the Claim. We ain't robbing him again. Next up, we got a Darby interview, and Renee's like, was that a message to MJF when you beat him with the headlock takeover? He goes, of course it was a message to Max with the headlock takeover. He starts saying a few other things. Sammy Guevara walks up and he goes, look, what'd he say? He says, I respect you, and what you said kind of spoke to me, and I heard it, and I'm going to do something about it. He goes, but we need to come together, and we need to realize that at Double or Nothing, one of us needs to beat Max. Max can't walk out of Double or Nothing with the title. I like this twist in the story because now it looks like a real threat to Max. Thank you. Very, very, very good job here. They give a fist bump, end of segment. So now it's clear that Darby, they all hate Max. And the fact that they have now come to this realization, like, we hate Max so much, we'd rather see him lose than to see me win it. So if that's what it comes down to, that's what I'm going to be willing to do. That's very, very, that's going to be very cool. I'll be curious to see if Sammy Guevara sticks to that. I'm sure he won't. That's just his character. He's a slimy little shit. But if they all three stick to it, this could be very, very, very interesting. I'm looped in. They did a good job last week with the match, and now they've even amped it up even more. That this main event is going to be awesome. I'm back on the line again because when it first happened, when they all came together that first week, I was through the roof. Excitement's kind of gone down. They brought me back up. Very cool little added story to this thing. After that, we get the Outcasts versus Britt Baker and Hikaru Shida in a tag team match. Outcast is Tony Storm and Ruby Soho. Paige ain't wrestling, but she's out there with them, obviously. Jamie Hayter's at home nursing a injury to the shoulder, I believe, that Tony Storm gave her. What I like most about this match is for the first time, it feels like there's something that there's hatred. I know they've been going back and forth. They've been charging each other and jumping each other. And so it just kind of seemed like it was all manufactured because it is. It's a show. It's manufactured, but it felt manufactured. Shida adds such a great element to this. And I'm so glad that I'm not even a Shida fan, but I like that they added her to this because tonight's match just felt important. It felt like a big deal. Like Britt and Shida had to win tonight, and you could see the urgency in them. I don't know if it's been a lack of Britt, lack of Hayter. Hayter wasn't there. I don't know. I don't want to put that on her because Hayter's awesome. But something's been missing, and Shida has fixed it just by bringing her intensity. Tonight's tag team match was awesome. I loved it. It was a fun time. Paige obviously kept getting involved, but that's the whole thing. She's going to get involved. That's what we're doing here. In the end, Britt and Shida were too much for them, but they had to get the spray paint, spray Britt's face, hit her with the Storm Zero, 1, 2, 3. Afterwards, Shida checks on Britt. Britt's pissed. Outcast is walking away. Great match. The right people want, like, when they do, I wish women's in AEW would get like this right all the time. Tonight was perfect for it. Like, it was perfectly executed. Everything about it. The match was fun. The end result was fun, and it was right. And it all felt like, okay, we're in an angle now. We're not just watching a match, then the match after that, we're watching an angle happen here, and I'm fucking fully invested in it. So good job. I can't believe it was Shida that has finally made all this stuff click together. Thank you, Shida. Thank you, Shida. It was a really fun match. It was. I'm not even going to look for the discourse. I'm sure people are going to hate on it because it's AEW in the women's division. Stop. Y'all living in 2020, man. It ain't that time no more. This stuff's happening now. It was very, very fun match. After that, Tony Khan announcement. He announced in Collision. We already knew. That's what's been on the interwebs all day long. We knew about it last week, but he held off to this week. Debuts June 17th. They just don't know where yet, which is weird because I thought they'd already booked the United Center in Chicago because it's the the second coming. That's what they were calling the show, what I saw. Because some CM Punk's supposed to be coming back. But now after today, it's like CM Punk isn't part of this collision because the TNT execs don't want him there. And it's like, geez, man, this stuff never ends. This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. To think of me watching Collision and it's not revolving around CM Punk, that's a hard sell for me at this point. Sorry. Saturday nights are a big deal to me. And if I'm going to be taking time out of my Saturdays to be watching this, you got to give me something I want. And CM Punk's probably all y'all got to make me want that. If I'm home and there's nothing to do, I'll check it out. But, bro, yeah, y'all better. This CM Punk stuff better be a work. I swear, this is crazy. This is too much for me to handle. But then after that, they're doing a Canadian tour, and I think all 6 of the Collision shows will be not the first one, but the next 6 are all going to be in Canada shows. Regina, Canada. I don't know if that's real. It looks like it says Regina, but my girl was like, "Is that how you pronounce that?" I was like, "I don't know," but 6 shows in Canada. So, yo, Lou, it's on TNT. You know, you saw them logos you saw in the group. Those are legit. It is legit a WCW Monday Nitro ripoff. I think it's cool. but it's completely just ripped off. It's the exact same thing as WCW, and that's legit. So it's on TNT, just like the little logo says on Nitro and Collision. It's funny. Yeah, Regina. Get that Trump in there. Regina. One of them is what? Collision won't be taped. I thought the Collision was going to be live. Maybe I missed that, but I think Collision is live just like Dynamite is. Yeah, dude, it's funny. I love Nitro and I love the nostalgia of it, so I won't hate on it until they come out in the dang. You know what? If the set is the same as Nitro's, I'll be watching it every week because that's just too much. I'll be like, yes, you did it. You brought me back to my love. I love WCW, so just give me the best version you can. I'm there. Okay. I hope it's. I can't imagine it would be the debut one. That'd be crazy. I don't think it would be the debut one. But after that, we get the Roderick Strong versus Chris Jericho pinfall anywhere match. And straight up, before I even get into this is number 3 on my most entertaining matches of the year. This is going to be my new thing. Everyone does best match, but most entertaining matches of the year. Number 1 at this point is Damian Priest versus Bad Bunny at Backlash. Number 2 was the Bullet Combat Club versus Nakazawa and Brandon Cutler. That completely amazing squash match. And number 3 this year so far at this point in time is Roderick Strong versus Chris Jericho. Didn't have that on the bingo card. Falls Count Anywhere match because this match was amazing. It was so damn fun. And it had no reason being this fun because Roderick Strong is one of the most boring people on the planet. Sorry, Roddy. I love you, man. Undisputed Era forever. I've never expected to be this entertained by anything Roderick Strong was doing. So you've swayed me, bud. Maybe WWE was doing it dirty. I don't know. You were great tonight. I was laughing at the stuff like when he took the ice cream. They were the ice cream and he shoved in Chris Jericho. He started eating that shit. I was like, that's some stuff I would be doing if I was wrestling back there like that. Give me some ice cream. Here, you take some ice cream too. That was great. They went everywhere. The spot on the steps, I thought he was trying to throw Chris Jericho over the steps down to the flights below. I was like, what is going on here? This is nuts. But no, they had a little platform and they wrestled on the platform. That was cool as shit. Jericho charged Roddy. I thought he was about to hit him with a code breaker on this little spot that's like this wide. I'm like, oh, that would have been the greatest move of all time. Didn't do it though. He just throat checked him and then he pinned him. And Aubrey is having like peek over the railing, going like 1, 2. Fun. Like, I better not see anybody hating on this shit because that shit was fun. They made it all the way through the crowd. Like they went up the crowd. Roddy tried to pin him on the steps. That had me laughing too. They went into the back where the concession stuff is. They went into the stairwell, and then they went outside. And when they were outside, Chris Jericho was finally getting the upper hand. But the contract stated, as long as I'm in the building, Adam Cole, you're not allowed in the building either. And so they left the building, and Adam Cole was waiting outside just like this. Chris Jericho was yelling at Roddy Strong. Jericho busted his ass, or Adam Cole, baby, busted Jericho's ass, hit him with the knee to the back of the head, right in the little grassy patch area. And then Roddy Strong, 1, 2, 3, in the little garden, whatever we're going to call it. Roddy Strong getting a win over Chris Jericho blows my mind. I definitely did not see that come. I knew Adam Cole. We talked about it last week, me and my buddy David, who will be back next week. We talking about Adam, like, obviously the stipulation is they're going to leave the building. And then when they leave the building, Adam Cole is going to be like, well, stipulation's gone. I can bust your ass. And that's exactly what happened. It works. It was fun. The match was a blast. Like, if I'm watching a match and I'm having that much fun, there's no way I can complain about anything. Even if there is some silly things or things that it doesn't matter. This match is for fun. And it was just that. Thank you, Chris Jericho. Thank you, Roddy Strong. The match was awesome. And the angle at the end was awesome. The surprise, Roddy Strong getting a win, awesome. Everything about it was awesome. Loved it, man. After that, we go Jungle Boy versus Roosh, whatever one it is. Great match. Jungle Boy's the one that gets busted open here. He had a hell of a time winning this match. Obviously, he's going to win the match, though. He can't lose going into Double or Nothing. Afterwards, though, Roosh and his boys, they jump old Jungle Boy and start beating him down. Out comes Darby Allin for the save, but then they start jumping on Darby Allin. So then out comes Sammy Guevara to make the save, and then the three stand tall afterwards. Yeah. Please tell me they're working together the entire time. I want them all to have their souls crushed at the same time when MJF retains. Please. I don't want to see this thing where it's like, all right, yeah, let's make sure Max loses. And then they're just like, no, let's fight about it. No, go get Max. That shit would be funny as hell. I'm going to the first ever AEW Dynamite in T-Garb. That's going to be cool. I can't believe they haven't been to Boston. Maybe they've been to Boston, though, haven't they? They just haven't been in the TD Garden. Great arena. I hope they sell that shit out. That's cool. You're going to love it. AEW shows are the best. They're so fun. After that, Max is getting interviewed by Renee Paquette, but he don't even say a single word. This is the second time I think he's been left speechless. He just smacked the microphone out of Renee's hand after she asked him about them working and beating him at Double or Nothing. He did not look happy, and he just walked off. That's it. That's what happened. Next up, Tony Storm. I feel like I missed something here. Oh, yeah. Cassidy was interviewed again by Renee, and Renee's like, hey, since you had that open invitation at Double or Nothing, 20 people have responded. He goes, oh, 20? Oh, okay. Well, I would make 21. So we're in Vegas. Blackjack's a thing. Yeah, we could just do maybe a blackjack battle royal, unless you want to do it, Renee. And then Renee's like, no. He goes, you can be in the match, Renee. And he's not. Okay, so 21. So second match is then made for Double or Nothing on the night. We're gonna get a 21-man battle royal for the international title. I'm loving that. That adds intrigue to it when it's for a title. And if this is how Orange Cassidy's gonna lose, then the next thing he better be doing is for MJF. Ooh, I'll be mad as hell if he doesn't. But that'll be fun. Orange Cassidy, I'm putting my money on. He can't lose right now. He just can't lose. When O'Reilly and Fish coming back, so we get on this. Man, I don't think Bobby Fish is ever coming back. He's been wild. Yeah, he's been wild, just being kind of wild. It's crazy and stuff. So O'Reilly just had a very, very bad injury, though. So I think he's rehabbing right now. So if he'll be back, I imagine he'll be back pretty soon. I wish Bobby Fish could come back so we can get that Undisputed Era versus Elite, because that would be dope. Undisputed Era versus Bullet Club. The BCC. I can't say it. The Black Bull Combat Club. There we go. Oh, yeah. So that's the second match. We got. What was the first one? Wardlow versus Christian ladder match for the TNT title. And then now we got a 21-man battle royal for the international title. And then they had already announced FTR versus Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal for the tag team titles with Mark Briscoe as the special guest referee. So there's 3 matches right there. All those are fun matches. I'm all for it. Double Nothing's looking good so far. But now we go back and Toni Storm is interviewed and she talks about how she's won 4 matches in the last 5 nights and it's a record in AEW, and she knows she's doing that while Jamie Hayter is doing nothing. She's sitting at the house. So she challenges to a match at Double or Nothing for the TNT title because she is not the same Toni Storm from before. She is there to get that thing back. So Jamie Hayter versus Toni Storm 2 at Double or Nothing for the AEW Women's title. I thank you. That's 4 matches now. I'm in for all of them. Obviously, people would expect some of these matches to be named earlier, but the programs have kind of been going and they've been leading to this. All of them except for the Orange Cassidy one. But then again, his win streak is kind of playing into, oh, well, I'll just defend it against 20 men then. So everything about the card so far makes great sense. It's a great built card. I don't want to hear any disagreements from anybody out there because like every one of these matches makes sense at this point. Next up, we go to the main event match, not the whole show because there's a segment after that, unfortunately for Ricky Starks. But we get Jay White versus Ricky Starks with Rock Hard Juice Robinson at ringside. For most part, he sat in the chair the whole time. He didn't interfere. Great match between Ricky and Jay. I loved it. I loved it. They were doing little reversals on each other. They kept going for their moves. When Ricky finally hit the spear because he'd tried before and Juice Robinson got out of his chair and he got rock hard and tripped up Ricky so he couldn't get the spear, but then he came back around it like a minute later and he hit it and I was like, boom. I was very into the match. It was very good. So when Juice Robinson came in and the ref was distracted with a chair and Ricky Starks took it from him and hit him with it, I was, yeah. I really thought Ricky was about to pull this off. But then Jay White comes out the corner and Ricky Starks just cracks him with the dang chair. He gets disqualified. No, he don't even get disqualified. He hits him once, and the ref's like, what are you doing? Don't do that. Ricky does it again. Then the ref's like, you're disqualified then, man. He was going to let the first one slide. He did it again anyway, and Ricky ends up losing by disqualification. If I wasn't so involved in the match, I wouldn't be as disappointed in the disqualification. But I was fully in on this, and it was like, Ricky, what are you doing, man? So I imagine this will be a match that gets added to Double or Nothing, which I'm not mad at. It's a good match. If it's anything like it was tonight and we get a finale next time, I'm all for it. Rock hard. Juice Robinson. There you go. So it was a great match. Just disqualification. Ricky Starks got disqualified. So yeah. Double or Nothing, that match will get ran back. But then again, the match was great, so I can't be too mad. Next up, Don Callis. He's out to explain why. He's got a bunch of security in the ramp because he's there. He needs to be protected. And he says that he's been carrying Kenny and been helping Kenny. And if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't be the champion, the IWGP champion or whatever it was that he is. And just blah, 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 blah. Basic stuff. I was expecting a little bit more, to be honest. But it is what it is. It's nothing to complain about. Kenny Omega comes out and he's mad. He's in his jeans and he's not wearing a shirt. And he's like, I'm going to get you done. And security's like, no, you're not. And they stop him. He starts fighting security off. But then here comes trouble. BCC comes out. Blackpool Combat Plug. That Bullet Club and Blackpool stuff is too close. I don't like it. The Blackpool Combat Club comes out and just a gang attacks Kenny Omega, hits him with the paradigm shift, and John Moxley starts saying his shit again. He's like, this war's over. Y'all done. We put y'all down. This is your last chance to just walk away from it. Kenny Omega gets up and looks like he's about to go. Young Bucks music hits and is like, dang it, you Blackpool Combat Club idiots didn't finish the job because the Young Bucks coming out to help Kenny Omega and they got a trash can full of weapons. Oh, they're hardcore. So then they're sitting there, they're getting ready to go, and then they're waiting too long, so you know what's happening next. Bow, bow, bow. Out comes Hangman Page, and the crowd just goes absolutely crazy. Nice little pop, Page. Page comes out, he's got an eye patch. Kenny Omega just took a paradigm shift. The Young Bucks got beat down in the parking lot before, and then they Elite go down and just manhandle the Blackpool Combat Club and then send them running. And then afterwards, Hangman Page grabs a microphone. He looks at the Bucks and Kenny, who are staring that way, and he's looking at him, and he goes and he stands between them all. And then he looks at them and he goes, "We are the Elite. We are." And great promo by Hangman. I'll give him. He had a lot of passion behind it, and it was legit. It was just as badass as when John Moxley says, "We are the Elite." Hangman says, "No, we are the Elite. We're the heart and soul of this place, and we're about to bust y'all's ass at Double or Nothing, Anarchy in the Arena." So there you go. Another great match that makes sense, been built up phenomenally. Double or Nothing is looking at a great show so far. If they deliver, which they tend to do, I don't think they've never not delivered, at least in ring stuff for the pay-per-views. This might be this could be AEW's best show of the year, and it could challenge the shows WWE's put on for their best of the year. I think Double or Nothing has that much potential. We shall see. But I'm liking a lot of it. I'm gonna try and find the updated card right now. Because yeah, I'm loving the card so far. The photos. There we go. I'm using Twitter. So we got Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm announced. That was announced tonight. The tag title match announced tonight. Christian Wardlow announced tonight. We had the Four Pillars one. Orange Cassidy has his. The Battle Royal, and then the Anarchy in the Arena match. Yeah. This card looks legit. So good job. I've criticized in the past for their builds from their pay-per-views. They did a good job this time. So thank you very much. But that's the show. So thank you for joining me. Freshly squeezed. Thank you for joining me. I'm loving it. I'm 2 weeks in, so it's not like I could have gotten tired of it yet, but I'm loving talking about the Dynamite shows again. I hate that I lost my joy from it before, but I love that it's returned. I'm loving that I can do this again, and y'all can join me, and that's what it is. So you will catch me here back on this channel on Sunday. Hey, see you later, Cameron. Thank you for joining me again, bud. Back Sunday here for the Positively Awesome Wrestling Show, where we were going to be doing the predictions for shows, because next weekend's a big weekend. I'll see you on Sunday, man. I appreciate it. We're going to do some prediction stuff, and we'll talk about anything major, I guess. Nothing like crazy has happened this week that I can think of off the top of my head, but I'm having a brain fart right now anyway, so I might be very, very wrong. But yeah, Sunday for the Positively Awesome Wrestling. Expect some predictions and other talk as well. Just a little bit of other talk right here on this channel. And then I will be sorry there was no Raw recap this week. Bad weather. Almost had some bad weather tonight too, but I was like, you better go away. I'm not missing my Dynamite recap again. So I will be back for the Raw recap over at Wrestle Buddy this weekend, as Monday as well. And then for anybody out there that hasn't gone and checked out the Wrestle Buddy website, go check it out. We got some new members that are putting out some great content right now, and we're getting back into the swing of things over there. So there's a lot for you to read. If you haven't been there in a minute, go check it out. I have some articles coming out as well as other members. They have some coming up. And then this Friday on Wrestle Buddy, I will be doing a new Meet the Wrestle Buddy with Chris Belcher, the man that represented Raw during the Wrestle Buddy fantasy draft that we did. So a lot of stuff coming up. Please stay tuned for it. I appreciate all the support. And with that said, it's time for me to go. But don't forget, yes, NFC Battleground. I'm going to let them have at it too. I can probably talk on a bit of it because I've been following it kind of. And we will see you there. Much, much appreciated. So again, with that, it's time for me to say goodbye. But please, everybody, do not forget. Just enjoy